Today we have 2 recommendations to the membership. Can I ask Tony Ball to come forward, please? Can I ask Lisa McLeese, representing the Banana Swimming Club as a person nominating the application, to also come forward? And I'd like to ask Ron to deliver an outline of the achievements and contributions Tony has made to Swimming WA.
Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, and members from Swimming Australia, welcome. I say it's a great pleasure to be here as a life member and representing the life members and chairman of the life members selection committee. Can I tell you that is no easy job, and we certainly do not allow life membership to go through without a great deal of discussion and consideration, and not everybody gets through that is nominated, I can assure you. It is my great pleasure to have nominated through Mr. McAleese and Tony Ball. Tony was right back into 1979 when he came onto the swimming, as it was, WA's was the WASA, and during my time as president of the Swimming Association, he was a member of the board. At that time he took over from the great Alan Modius, who started the records for the WA swimming, and he then took over from Alan when Alan became the secretary of WA swimming. It's an incredible job, and I understand he has every record back from all those days. I'd hate to live in your house, old boy, because there must be so much rubbish around there that you want to get rid of your whitewood. Yes. He got a bigger shed out the back. But for anybody to have continued on, and I know from the days there, Alan Modius would never allow him to get away with one thing. And I know that it would have been done to perfection the whole time. So I congratulate you. I also congratulate you on the work that you've done for Kwinana Swimming Club, and you can attest to that. The excellent work that he's done at Kwinana Swimming Club. Just in a brief resume, I won't read a lot, but I'd just like to read out the time that he has spent there. Sorry, the wrong page. Over the years, he has been tirelessly dedicated to Swimming WA, over 20 years specifically, and 37 years, I'm sorry, 37 years specifically for Swimming WA, and that's the page there. 1979 Assistant Treasurer, 1980 to 83 Assistant Records Officer, 83 to 86 Records Officer, 2000 to the present time Records Officer for Swimming WA. Tony's also been a state selector on a number of years, along with Muriel Jefferson and Joy Collins. It's with great pleasure that I present to you, Tony, the life membership for Swimming WA, and I know that you'll wear it, as I do, with great pride and pleasure. And I wish you all the very best, that you continue for many, many years as life membership, and the membership medallion is here. Congratulations, Jeff. Are you going to say a few words?
Yes, I'm a bit touched by this. I enjoy what I do, which is why I like just to do records. That's why you don't see me on call deck. I have no interest in that. I just like doing records. And trying to do that with a passion, obviously trying to get disabled records up and going for Swimming WA, trying to rearrange country pennant records as well. There's a record there, I like to sort of make sure it's done right, and hopefully the kids get awarded for those things.
And keep a copy.
And keep a copy, yeah. Highlights of my career, I swimming, watching Tracy Wickham swim on the 25th of February 1979, when she broke the world record in 16:06:43, Penny Parker. Writing out the very first WA swimmer to break a minute, Michelle Whitenberg, in 1981, when she first WA swimmer to break the minute in WA. But Debbie Delacey was the first one in 75 in New South Wales. But there's been many highlights over the years. My work with Kwinana Swimming Club is probably my biggest passion for Kwinana Swimming Club. We're probably not where we're at, but hopefully we can turn it around and get it going forward again. But thanks to everybody, and see you. pull that one on there, can I check? Under conditions I took the job, I don't need to be there, that's what we have emails for. I can check the results in about an hour rather than sit through every single event and wait for a record.
Congratulations.
Just to formalise that, can I ask Ron to move the motion that Tony Ball be given life membership to Swimming WA, please?
I would certainly like to move that motion.
Can I have a seconder from the floor, please? A show of hands? Unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's been a great pleasure.
Now I'd like to ask Kevin Holton to come forward, please.
I don't know whether you knew about this, did you?
I had an inkling, mate.
And I'd also like to ask Perce Edwards as a member nominating Kevin Holton to come forward.
Thank you very much. Well, this is also a great pleasure. I'm also, before I do so, could I congratulate you on your presentation of the nomination. Thank you. Well, whoever did it, it was certainly one of the best presentations we've ever had. Knew what they were doing. Anyway, well done. Can I introduce you, if you don't already know, to Mr. Open Water Swimming of Western Australia. He has done a tremendous job over the years, 20 years in the service. I look back at the time that he has spent and the money he has spent. Because in the early days when he was getting open water swimming started in Western Australia, he spent a lot of money, of his own money, and time of course, like all of us, but the money that he spent in getting it going. And this award is so well deserved. Kevin's been a friend of ours, my wife and I, for many years, and so I know personally just how much work he's put into the open water swimming. And over the years, three years as a board member of Swimming WA, 4 years as chairman of Facilities Committee, 5 years representing the Swimming WA on the WA Water Council, over 5 years representing Swimming WA on the WA Sports Federation, and twice as chairman of the organising committee of Swimming WA National Age and Short Course Championships. I think the times that I remember most were when we had the World Championships here, and Kevin was on the committee for both those occasions, and the work that he did. It was something that we'd never had in Western Australia before, and with his leadership and his team that he had behind him, that made it such an outstanding success. So I'm sure that you will agree with me, as I say, a very well deserved recipient of this award, and I'm very proud to have you as a member of the Life Members Association. Did you want to say anything?
No, I think it's really well said.
Well said. That's your medallion, and we're proud. We're very good. Thank you. You want to say a few words?
Yes, I would. My wife in the background, I knew something was up. One of the things with open water, I happened to be in the right place at the right time. Open water, of course, through the swim-through system, has been part of the swimming system since day one. But when we grew to become open water swimming, or because we started on this swimming, I think it was Lindsay Davies at the time, president of WA Swimming, was looking for somebody to run a small event for him. 20 years later, I was still doing it.
Yes.
Many always said that I had the world's most expensive hobby, which it was initially, and it was difficult to get things going, but I would have to say that in the 20 years there was hardly a board that never supported us. Fair enough, they could not always do it financially, we understood that, but over the last few years in particular, I think WA Swimming does it as good as anybody does. And we have had people on the Australian team as a consequence of the program the board gave us approval to run. So whilst I certainly very pleased and honoured to accept this, I'm accepting on behalf of a lot of people. We've got one person who does good stuff. So thank you.
Well done.